how does your media product represent particular social groups?
Okay, firstly, because it's a coming of age movie, it's basically about the development of how the protagonist is going from a stage of depression and until he goes from that stage to, how to say it? The happy stage. Yeah, so it's basically going from a development of something to something better.
Coming of age films often go from childhood to adolescence. That is the change between the young stage, which is childhood, and adolescence, which is like the teenage stage, and puberty and stuff.
Yeah, and we did a lot of research that coming of age films usually represent some sort of disease or personal conflict with peers and stuff like that.
So in our opening sequence, in our opening sequence we have a representation of a 17-year-old boy who is suffering from bipolar disorder, and we had to do some research for bipolar, like what bipolar is about, how the yeah, we watched like documentaries and
yeah, we watched it with the actor to make sure he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, because he had to know. And another representation is, I saw it somewhere here, of the male gender. And I'm going to pass on to Dion. I'm just going to say how we represented this.
Okay, basically I was talking about how men are stereotypically portrayed as strong and are able to act masculine, but our protagonist, he acts as more of a vulnerable character, and he rules out the whole stereotypical guy. So we therefore show him as a guy with qualities that has a feminine side rather than a masculine side.
In depression, in bipolar, there are usually two stages, which is the depressive stage and the manic stage. In the manic stage, he portrays himself, well, not portrays himself, sorry. He uses his manic stage to bring good things, and he usually goes bike riding to release all this happiness, as does the protagonist in Silver Linings, which he goes jogging.
He wears normal jeans and loose clothing, and he wears a hat, which is it shows that he's very unconfident about himself, due to which he wears baggy clothing, and his age group. Yeah.
Prone to vulnerability and such.
Can you just carry that on?
Yeah, I'll just carry on.
So also bipolar patients, they tend to not take their medication because they don't want to take it. And in our opening sequence, we showed this by him throwing the medication on the floor, and we showed it in a low angle to show it's not his highest point and he's not happy about it.
Going back to Samana's point about the way he dresses, it shows the regional identity of the character because of the way he talks, his accent, and the way he dresses. Because of the way he dresses, you know where he can be particularly from. Because of people in West London, they have this sort of a fashion trend of what they specifically wear. Some people might pick up on the same sort of fashion trend, but it can be from this certain area. And specifically to him, the protagonist is lower and working class. So you can also pick that up from what he's wearing and how he acts. But if he was middle class, for example, you would be able to notice that he would be able to progress and develop better in life if he had a better facilities to be able to get better in his mental state.
We represented him as a bipolar patient by using metric montage / jump cuts in the decision stage of when he has his medication. We did this to create a kind of it kind of impulsive yet resistant kind of like persona, as he changes his mood quite often, and we wanted to show like the different moods within that.
Oh wait, can I just say something?
Oh, yeah.
You know the metric montage,
Yeah.
like how we don't see everything that's happening. It's just like certain bits.
Yeah.
I think in our research it showed that they don't remember when they're in that state.
Yeah.
So it's also showed through our editing. So just mentioning that.
So yeah, we also, I don't know whether we mentioned this or not, but they go through a stage of denial where they like to think that they don't have the disorder, even if they know it's true. And they also are straight up with their kind of like answers to people, as like in Silver Linings, Pat was very straight up with their people.
Another character in our opening sequence that we represented was the therapist, the doctor, and she was smart. We showed this by the use of props. We showed like the psychology books, the model of the brain, just can suggest that she's educated and smart. Yeah. Yeah, go on, sis.
Okay. In the beginning, we're going to use Samana as a therapist, but then we yet again realised how age can mean someone's more knowledgeable and has had experience with life. And we knew for a fact that Hannah's auntie had a degree in psychology and everything, and we knew she'd be more suited for the actor because she'd be.
It was just more realistic.
Yeah, it's more realistic to have an older person to be the therapist rather than someone in our age group.
Oh, can I just say something
Yeah.
about the costume? Her costume was pretty simple and formal, so that's good because it just portrayed her as like a calm person, and
Yeah.
she's just nurturing in a way. Like she's not there to make a show or anything.
Another way we used camera to kind of represent the bipolar and him being an unstable character, like represent him as an unstable character, is the creep at the pharmacy. It was handheld and fairly shaky, so that kind of created the sense of instability within his self and his kind of bipolar, really.
Wasn't the creep used in the Silver Lining?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, we took a lot of references from
Yeah.
Silver Linings. Yeah,
Most
as-
relevant to our opening sequence.
Very
as they're
relevant,
both
yeah.
representing bipolar. So, any thoughts? Anything? Okay, well, yeah, we're just.
Same.
Oh yeah, I forgot her name. The therapist was very quite open. She didn't. She had quite a calm, relaxed
The tone of her voice.
tone.
Yeah, sure. So from it's kind of a funny story. It's a film. I'm not telling you a story, and it's sort of similar way because therapy happens in that film. And I watched a therapy scene and analysed it, and the therapist used a famous quote from the Bible, and we decided for the therapist in our opening sequence to use a quote as well, which presented her as a typical therapist who is quite wise and optimistic and open and always thinks positive in the future.
Is that it?
Basically it.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cool.
Bye.